This is Cybercorp. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. We've got ourselves a cool isometric twin stick shooter experience in a cyberpunk setup. And that's just kind of the perfect scenario for me. So yeah, fast-paced looter shooter experience, cyberpunk world like I mentioned, master equipment, create combos for crazy battles. Gameplay that's easy to understand, but hard to conquer. And it blends all kinds of action experiences that you would typically, well, interact with into this sort of style and aesthetic. Basically, straight up, the dev kind of noted they wanted to create something like The Division, Warframe, and Destiny, but in this style. Like a top-down kind of thing. Which I think is quite neat. And you can do your own build and your own setup, and it's got a neat visual aesthetic, and yeah, kind of got a neat vibe going on. As I always say, I love twin stick shooters, big fan of cyberpunk stuff, so yeah, it just kind of works for me. A variety of different missions. You can play alone, or you can play with like 3 players together to play together, and yeah. Kind of a cool setup. A little bit of narrative, a little bit of gameplay. Not a bad scenario at all. You've got your inventory, different weapons. The Archangel does even more damage, and you can see how you can kind of like... Holy fire. No, we don't have anything better for that. And then you can like improve your abilities and your... armor types, and you got different stats and stuff. It's quite neat. See, put up a little turret. Lots of fun. So yeah, it just kind of blends together these different genre setups. It's got cool little execution things. Like I said, this is a pretty neat game. I quite like this, and it's really quite detailed too. You know, like aesthetically, like it's got a lot of little smaller details, which is why I always like the isometric style. It just allows for like some really finite, smaller details that look super cool, and yeah, it's definitely got a vibe going on. I will say that for sure. At least a vibe that I, really like these types of games, which is why it's always nice to be able to take a look at so many of these different types and see what's kind of cool and neat. Eliminate targets. I'm working on it. I love that you can just kind of come up and like straight up attack these guys and like do like close quarters kind of combat battling or something. Very cool. Uh-oh. Let's take him out. Anyways, so what are we getting here? 4K resolution, 60 FPS. I mean, it's twin stick, it's the usual stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and skip this. And then there are other settings too under graphics. So you can have like VSync on or off. You can have shadows, hard or soft shadows. You can improve textures, and on by default. These are the default settings. But you can have like ambient occlusion on, and then there's like aliasing, so you can have like anti-aliasing on. And it should improve the visual aesthetic of the game, but at the same time, it kind of like really impacts the performance. So I guess you would say, oh, mission's done. I guess you would say that like those visual modes are more of like a future-proofing kind of thing, personally. So yeah, probably best not to have those on unless you're playing this on a future Xbox down the road, just because they do tend to be a little more demanding. Let's go and do this. Find the rat. Got a bad feeling about this. Very cool guns, though. I like that there's such a variation in the weapons that you can get. Like, that's the shotgun. That's like the main weapon here. Clean UI. Different abilities. Yeah. This is nicely put together. I mean, personally, I love these types of games. Because it mostly comes down to content, but like, you know, gameplay formula-wise, not bad. How do I... Is there like a crouch button? There's like a crouch. There we go. Thank you very much. And a flashlight too? Wow. Nice. A little bit of environmental freedom as well, so you're not specifically having to... Well, I mean, I think you kind of had to do that anyways. But yeah, no, I like the... I really like the vibe of this game. Like, I think it's got some, like, nice stuff going for it. I mean, you know, these are the types of games I thoroughly enjoy. Maybe the aesthetic and things aren't for you, but I really like the art direction, the way the gameplay works, the combat style of it, the twin stick with the, you know, the loading, like reloading your guns and the weapons and stuff. Yeah, it's all very, very neat. Guide the rat to the extraction point. Well, you know, that's what we're working on. Dealing with the rat. There's like plenty of stuff to loot too. Looks like a good amount of loot. I just think kind of put more info down as far as like the narrative on this one, but seems like you're basically a person that's just going around doing various missions. That's the rat. Come with me if you want to live. We must guide the rat to safety. Even the missions have a good amount of like variation set up for them. Yeah. Cool stuff going on here. Like, do I have better weapons already? Even more DPS? Oh, this doesn't pause? Oh, that's not good. Okay, well that... I feel like that should... Like, you should pause if you're switching stuff, right? If I had known, I would have, you know... This is gonna wreck my ranking, isn't it? I just didn't even think about it, I'm just used to this. Like, I guess if you were playing in multiplayer, right? Like, if you were playing with others, you wouldn't be able to pause. So I guess that makes sense. I think I'm playing in an offline state on this one, so you think it would just change, but I kind of get it. It makes, like, I get why. It's like a cool aesthetic going on there. Let's go, rat. I don't know why she wanted to be called rat. It's a bit odd, but you know, also their own, right? Got quite a vibe going on, different like visuals. The weather's bad, just stay home instead. We must defend the rat. Where did rat go? Rat, where are you? You know the style, look at the amount of gore and stuff going on. It's nice. You build up combos on the right hand side. Lots of good little stuff on this one. Tip my hat to the developers on putting this together. This is a very lovely experience. Definitely more about having some fun with the setup and everything like that, isn't it? Rat, I think you should just chill out while we do the battling. I think that's the turret. Very cool. Oh, so now Rat just hangs out here. Okay, he's the local bad guys. Let's just chill out and watch some TV. Very cool. I like these dumb interactive things in video games. Like, there's no purpose for this at all, but, you know, I guess it adds to the realism of the environment. Pistol's better than everything else. That's fascinating. There's like a shop where you can buy better stuff too. Oh. Easy matchmaking options. Komodo. Let's go get this guy. This is sad. Actually, oh, I would say it's far from sad. Cybercorp. Oh, that's us. Okay, apparently I'm just throwing myself into mines. That's great. I am locked in on delivering the pain here. That's a lot of enemies, holy. Thanks, turret. You're the best. They don't even like limit you for weapons, they just allow you to be like, oh, I'm hack and slashing, oh, I'm shooting this, oh, I'm shooting that. It's a very cool way to do things. Seriously. I am really just genuinely impressed and over the moon with what this is. Okay, let's roll. Did I get anything off of that? There we go. I was like, why can't I collect that? Because, like, the environment's, like, again, the level of detail here is great. A lot of quality put into this. Like, it feels expansive and goes, like, beyond the scope of what you're seeing, and the layering of the environment's all well done. Let's let the turret finish this off, right? Just seems like a really well thought out, well layered experience. Noticing a little bit of hostility from these larger enemies here. Kind of curious what else this team's put together, or developers put together on, like, games-wise. Very, very cool. Komodo is here. Kinda wish I had my turret ready. Even got some fun boss fights. Oh, I actually died? Oh. Didn't see that coming. I got too cozy. At least they give you chances too, I guess. Didn't really notice my shield and health getting, like, just cut away by this thing. Brutal. Ah. And he got away. Not bad at all. Oh, accidentally controller thing. I think there's also mouse and keyboard support on this, because it, like, initially wanted me to do click a keyboard key to, like, start and stuff, and anyways, yeah. I think you just saw that too when the controller was kind of disconnecting a bit. There was those kind of keys coming out. A healing zone, blink, or I think the turret would be best personally, but I don't know. Mission 4, let's do it. No, I really like this game. I think it's really, really cool. I like the idea of it, the concept of it. Melds some gameplay mechanics pretty well together, and delivers something pretty neat. I don't know if this is going to be fast enough shooting-wise for me.